Alright guys, welcome back to part 2 of that tutorial video that I was going on about the mount training and the room clearing. Now in the last video I did cover the entry point into the room and the positioning. Alrighty. So basically where we are now from the last video, we have man number 2, man number 3, man number 4, and man number 1 over here, okay? Or let's just say right here. So 1, 4, 3, and 2. Okay, great. So now you got one line, and then you got your 5-man right here, your medic, who's going to be covering your rear, right there. I know that I didn't mean that how it sounded. Anyways. So what you can do now, since you have all your men in one genuine line right here, is you can move up this field 2 by 2, because you got 4 men right here, and your medic can follow, kind of going backwards, covering the rear position of your platoon. Or I'm going to call this a platoon right now. Anyways, so if you got 1 and 4 back here, the first thing that you're going to be doing is that you're going to be assaulting this forward position, all 4 of you. But what I'm going to do right now, 1 and 4 is going to continue firing and covering position. So I'm going to cover 3's position. Okay. 4 is probably going to cover 1's position. Even these things are in the way right here, but alright. So 1 and 4 are covering this position. At the same time, 2 and 3 are going to move up. Okay, so while they're firing, 2 and 3, there's a saying that we got in the military. It's for this movement. It's called, I'm up, he sees me, I'm down. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go, if I can get him to sprint, there we go. I'm up, he sees me, I'm down. This is as far as you're moving up right here. So your 3-man's going to be right up there because he's going to move with you. Okay, and 1 and 4 are still firing. Okay, now if you do have communication with your team members and you have some sort of good organization, then what you're going to say to your team members 1 and 4 is set. So you're going to run up. Okay, so it's going to look like this. There we go. I'm up, he sees me, I'm down. Set. And that's what you're going to tell your team members. And then 2 and 3, your guys right here that just moved up, are going to start assault. Okay, so intersecting sectors of fire. I'm going to probably try to shoot over here at 1's position. Okay. Your 3-man is probably going to try to shoot somewhere here in the middle at 4 or 3's position. And that's what you're mainly going to be assaulting, while 1 and 4 are moving up. Now one of these teams is always going to kind of stay ahead. That's okay, because you're moving together, and you're covering the entire field. This is offset firing position. Alrighty, ready? I'm up, he sees me, I'm down. This is where you want to stay. Now, obviously, you're kind of right at where 2 and 3 are at, but you're a little behind them. That's okay, though. So, let's just say that I am in, let's say 1 and 4. I know there's a lot of obstacles in the way and things like that. So, 1 and 4. 1 is going to cover 3's position here. Okay, and 4, he's going to be covering. He's going to be covering that middle section from here to about 1's position. Alrighty, so they're covering firing. 2 and 3 are going to move up. I'm up, he sees me, I'm down. That's all that it is. And now you're a little bit ahead of them, but you're moving up the field. It looks like it's slow, but if you do this organizing quickly, then this will go pretty smoothly. Alright, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. That's the way you got to think here. In these missions, that's the way that it really should be. Is slow is smooth, smooth is fast. So you're not being slow, you're being smooth, and smooth is fast. You will get these missions done a lot faster if you have more organization and you don't flag your buddies or end up getting in some way your buddies killed. The medic, while they're bounding up the field and he's covering the rear position, can look over his shoulder to see one of the teams moving. He can choose which one to go with or stay in between the two of them, which I would probably stay about here in between 3 and 4. Okay? So I'm going to move this way like this. And then as soon as they move, I'm going to take a knee so I can cover whatever position. And so on and so forth. You can charge the entire field like that and assault everything and not have anything to worry about. You probably wouldn't even lose anybody. If you do this correctly anyways. The other thing that I wanted to cover though also is accuracy. And I know that a lot of guys, they just, you know, we run in, you know what I mean, and we're just all over the place. Yeah, so we don't really want to do that. I don't know if I covered this in the last video, I can't remember. But you know what I mean, we just want to keep it nice short bursts. I think I did cover this in the last video. Alrighty, so you know, remember your positioning and remember not to flag your buddies. That's pretty simple stuff, pretty self-explanatory. Just get in the habit of not flagging your buddies, you know what I mean? Go around them, go over them, you know, try to do something like that just so you don't, you know what I mean, have to worry about that. In the special operations missions, you're really going to have to practice that, and these formations in this organization would really help you in special operations missions, because those things are like out of control. They're very hard. You know what I mean? Unless you have a lot of experience playing them and you're like a super badass from, you know, the planet Xenon or something like that with like astrophysicist fury and unicorn sweat. You know what I mean? You're not going to be able to, you know, you're not going to be able to do that like Superman. You know what I mean? So these kinds of organizational skills are really going to help you out. You know, so anyways, hope you guys liked the video, and this is just, like I said, a basic tutorial, little tips and tricks and things like that that you can go through and you know, try to practice, and hope it builds your skills up a little bit better. Even try this in PvP, man. If you get a group of guys together and go into PvP, and you know, you have this kind of organization and this kind of skills and everything where you're covering a sector of fire, that way you're not going all over the place like a chicken on crack with his head cut off. You know what I mean? Then, you know, you can do a lot better in PvP if you have some kind of organization with some buddies, you know. So this is really good for the clans, especially to practice. You know, when they're just doing PvE missions together, you know what I mean. You can practice in this and there, and it'll definitely help you. You know what I mean. And work on those accuracy scores. Work on, you know what I mean, closing those groups, as we call it. You know, just go into the shooting range with like a fully automatic weapon like I got right now, because you know, I mean, I'm sure you guys are familiar with this weapon. It will fire a decent amount of rounds downrange. Just come in here and just fire a single shot, one by one. You know what I mean? Because if you're, you know what I mean, if you're running through, I don't really have to be that accurate. You know what I mean? I don't have to be that accurate. You know what I mean? Just run in, just take some short bursts. You'll land a lot more rounds on target. Alrighty, so try these exercises out. Practice a little bit, guys, and I guarantee your game will get better. And you'll notice that you'll have a lot more fun doing it too. You know, so if you guys have any questions or want me to do any videos on anything specific, have any requests or anything like that, or any comments or suggestions on anything I could do better, let me know in the comments. And I really appreciate you guys watching my videos, and hope you learned something, hope you enjoy it, and have fun out there on the battlefield.